And what is the job of the reticular activating system? It is a filter system. It is basically a system that allows certain information in your brain and it blocks out other information. And guess who programmed that filter? You did. And so if you constantly feel like you're unlovable, guess what? Your reticular activating system is going through the days and it is going to point out every single piece of evidence that confirms the negative belief that you have. If you think that people don't like your work, the reticular activating system, the filter, is literally going to be looking for evidence to confirm that belief all day long. This is one of the reasons why we have such a problem with politics in this country. This is why there is something called the confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means mind loves to read things that you agree with because reading things that you agree with confirms your filter. I don't have a reticular activating system. There's a really important reason why you have it. The reason why, if your brain letting everything, have you ever looked at a Facebook page? Have you noticed how many words are on a standard Facebook page? If your brain took in everything in equal value, your head will literally explode for your shoulder. Your brain meltdown, and so the reticular activating system protects your brain by filtering information and only letting in stuff that agrees with. So, that's the scientific reason and mandate for why you gotta use a reprogramming this thing. Now we're gonna be talking about visualization and how you use it in order to. 안녕하세요. Activating system in your brain, so that your brain starts to spot opportunity. Your brain starts to spot evidence that things working out. Your brain starts to spot coincidence, so you can build a momentum. And here's how you're gonna do it based on science. That's your particular way. You have to do this based on science. It is system method. If your goal is to improve your self-worth, I want you to visualize what your life looks like and how you're going to feel about yourself when your self-worth has improved. So there are two things that you have visualization. You have to close your eyes. Try to understand it's stupid, but I want you to close your eyes and I want you to, in your mind, have a specific picture of what it looks like in your life. When your self-worth has improved, you're gonna see yourself speaking up at work. You're gonna see yourself talking more about your business. You're gonna see yourself living better relationships. You're gonna see yourself defining boundaries. You're gonna see yourself going to the gym. You're gonna see yourself taking care of yourself. And when you start to visualize the image of that, I want you to consciously, this is step 2, consciously think of the positive emotions that you're gonna feel. I'm gonna feel happy. I'm gonna feel proud. I'm gonna stand forward. I'm going to be so grateful that I made this change. Marry the specific picture. There I am. I'm at work. I'm raising my hand. Amazing. I'm showing my. There I am. I'm getting a promotion. There I am. Asking for a raise. There I am. I go back to school. I feel secure about myself. And when you do that, here's what's actually happening in your brain. You're training your brain to have a totally different brain. You see your brain vibrating. There's no difference between something that actually happened to you. Like if after you got in touch with 10th grade, and the things you're imagining are happening to you.
This stop is 옥산 Cattle Market.
Your brain does not
차내에서는 승객 여러분의 안전을 위하여 항상 손잡이를 잡으시기 바랍니다. 특히 노약자분은 버스가 정차한 후 천천히 누우시기 바랍니다.
Your brain will experience, visualize this as a real memory. And that's important because when you encode it as a real memory, it changes the filter system, that particular activating system. And here's what we know based on research: the more we visualize the things, number one, the greater your confidence is gonna be, the greater security you're gonna have about it. And here's the really cool thing: what studies suggest and have proven is that simply visualizing yourself doing things and actually develop the skills and helps you improve the skills just as you are actually doing it. And the further the other thing really important about this is more than you do it.
이번
This is the
정류소는
reason why you
금천
start to
우체국입니다.
believe what you
다음
think. It's
정류소는
because
문성
you are
초등학교입니다.
reprogramming
This stop is
your brain.
금천 post
You are
office.
changing the network of
수술해야 하는데
neurons
간병인이
that
없어서
act as a
걱정이시라고요?
filter and so the
세운병원이
more than you
금천구
actually
최초로
believe
간호 간병
in
통합
yourself,
서비스를 시행 중입니다.
start
보호자 없어도
visualizing
오케이,
yourself
간병비
speaking
부담은
out,
NO,
the
척추
more
관절,
confidence you're gonna become,
세운병원.
the more skills you're building, and you're actually going to do it. And then, instead of looking for all the reasons when you're sitting in a meeting to not speak up, you're going to just speak up because you're gonna have changed the filter. You're gonna look for opportunities. This is why it's so incredibly important. And so, day one, I want you to go through all the goals that you set, and I want you every single day throughout the next 30 days. You're going to spend 30 seconds. Your dreams deserve 30 seconds, don't you think? You're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna visualize what is look like in your life when you have achieved your monetary goal this year. How does it feel to go to the bank and see the balance? How does it feel to be able to write the checks and take this work on money that you made? How does it feel to be able to write your own invoice, put down the payment for the house you always dreamt of? How does it feel to be able to save enough money you can quit the job and you have and launch the business? It feels darn good. That's how it feels. And I want you to just save that, because what you're doing when you visualize is reprogramming your reticular activating system, the system of neurons that act like a filter in your brain, so that spotting opportunities, so that it is helping you see evidence that you are confident, that you are capable, that you can do this instead of all the garbage you think right now. Nothing works the first time, okay? Please understand that. Nothing works first time. Because most people give up predatory influence. Certainly millennials have been studying just today and innovated by hundreds of thousands of millions of more we know exactly what they are and what they do and how they think, and the decisions they make in the world. And wonderful thing, if you do what other successful people do, you actually get the same result that they do. When I graduated from high school, I dropped out of high school. I told them, by the way, education will develop. Encourage. You won't get a good job. You go to college. You will do and so on. And I've been at it for a long time. There's thousands, millions of people dropped out of high school to become millionaires and billionaires as well. Don't let any experience in your life act as a brake on your potential. Why is that some people are more successful than others? So I began asking other successful people, what are you doing differently from me? And they told me, and then did it, and I got better results. I got in the same series. One of the guys of my company is taking 10 tests as much as anybody else, and he was selling the same product and same office at the same price, the same people, under the same conditions. From masculine time tests, I was to ask him, what are you doing differently from me? And he told me, and I did it. Now, why this development changed my life, which brought us here today, is discovered the law cause and effect. What it says is everything happens reason. We say success is not an accident. Success leaves tracks. So that if you're gonna follow the tracks of other successful people, no matter where you started, eventually get the same place. Don't read this. This was a shocker for me because when I learned later psychology, one of the two most important things we need to have to be happy to have is sense of control. I feel we are in control of our lives. Over and I realize a lot of concentrate everything I got. Well, in fact, there are a lot of people not as smart and not as talented as you, doing faster and better than you. Not because they're better, but because they're following proven success method. There's nothing new matter. And so dumber than you, more than you, right? Good point. Nothing works first time. Okay, please understand that nothing works first time because most people give up really trying work. So that's great. I love to be financially independent, and then they give up. They don't even try self because of this, because of that, and so on. Then they move away to one of the first called someday on. Someday I will start saving money. Someday I will get our someday I will lose weight. Someday I start a business. Most people someday your job and my job is working. Alright, right? We start to control our life. What person offered the work is that to become a millionaire. It's not important thing. What a really important person is you have to become a self-made millionaire. You have to become a totally different human being. When my friend says that in order to achieve something you never achieved before, you have to become someone you never been before. And it's really important insight that I found in research is that there is courage to deserve my opinion. If you have this quality, your successful person can achieve. If you don't have this quality, your qualities are vulnerable. The first is to dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Imagine that your millionaire limitation. Imagine that all the time, all the money, all friends, all the contacts, all the education, all the experience. If your life perfect in 5 years, what would it look like? How much would you be earning? How much would it be worth? What kind of family would you have? What kind of heart do you have? What kind of car would you be driving? And what we find is this is the starting point of great riches and it's the starting point of great success in life. It's for you to have dream or vision with a wonderful future. Number two is to do what you love to do. Whenever we find people who are really successful in life, they're really doing what they love to do. They love their work. They're grateful for success in life is to find something that you love to do and then finally to make it. And when you find what you love to do, it'll be something that gives you energy and motivates you. And when you have that randomness of what to do, you will not say, I just do what I like to do. So what about go back to a time when you're really young? What is it that you really love to do? When you're often quiet and you think that's something you're supposed to do. So, number three is commitment excellence. This is really, really important. I have a hard time at this as a young man because I was never doing anything. I got lost in grades and in every class and I got fired from multiple jobs. So I got fired from job to job. And then I just discovered that all people who are successful are excellent at what they do. So what you have to do is you have to pay any prices, many sacrifices to get into the top 10% in your field. And here's the good news, if you're doing what you love to do, you will want to be able to top 10% in your field. If you don't want to be excellent in what you're doing, you're in the wrong field. And there's a lot of people that are good at their job and other government high and other things. This kind of education your future. So make this decision, get into the top 10%. Everybody's top 10% studies in the bottom 10%. Everybody was this way. But sometimes it's pay the price, work hard, and make these fine sacrifices. You can guarantee top 10% and it's under the really patient. So see, make it in your field 5 to 7 years. And nobody's better than you. Nobody's smarter than you. Everybody else at the top of the people, you can beat at the top here. Just go to the bottom. What I got there, just start at the bottom. When you really got it, you feel wonderful. But you respect everybody. And you gotta watch it. Just get back in the morning. Look, what are you good at? What could you be good at? What will you be good at? What if cases ask is looking back in your life, what if that you have gotten best result? Because success leaves tracks. Then that's it of the millionaire is the zero step employee. Why from the top 30% of the society, you see themselves as a self-employed. They see themselves part of their life. When I started as a young man, 21 years old, You can just control some labor living in one bedroom apartment. Bro, taking 2 hours in money and buses 2 hours get back. When I finally realized that I was in charge of my life, no one was coming to rescue, and it was one of the great. So what you find is that all exceptional people, how do you expand for the people? They look up yourself as self-employed company and how they can do the best with something, helping their company, taking partner. They see themselves as highly responsible. Otherwise, they take more and more education. Promote faster and then masking to become a self-member to develop their sense of direction, develop the sense of direction. For oriented, we find all the best people who are oriented. Or thing you can hit a target, you can see. You got to know what you want and every area you're at. What is you want? And write it down. Make a plan. You tell me the price you have to pay to get it. So you have to ask yourself, what is the price that you have paid to achieve this success desire? And I have to write it down and then work on it every day. Let me give you this exercise with a single paper like this and write down 10 goals. Write down 10 goals I can accomplish. And the rest goals are vacation. If you could only accomplish one goal, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? This is a great question because you really need to think about it. I have more than enough in my life. And then on the question, set it down the line. What you think of people achieve goals and then begin working on your life and help people do something every day. Do something every day, one step forward towards your major goal. So let me know most important goal, making a plan, emotion. Okay.